Hey guys, welcome back to the Sovereign Dating channel where I, your host, Alana Mackenzie Page, teach you to live into your feminine allure and attract love that is both emotionally and sensually intimate. Today I'm talking about the fall in love formula, which is the ingredients that I have identified as the necessary pieces of falling in love. What I discovered is that there are 3 essential ingredients that need to be present in a connection in order for you to fall in love and have the potential to fall in love. And how this came to be is that I was getting into my late 20s and I still had not had a real relationship. I had not fallen in love in the sense that we see in the movies and in books, and kind of this experience of really being with someone who wanted to be with me. And I was wondering what was wrong with me. I was really wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? What am I getting wrong about relationships and dating? Because I was dating for years and it was not working. And I just couldn't figure out what was wrong. And so I went into the research of how do people fall in love? What is it that makes someone fall in love with this person and not that person, right? Because I was seeing all around me, friends falling in love, friends getting married, starting families. What was wrong with me that I wasn't able to be in this process of falling in love? So through the research of Esther Perel and Helen Fisher and many, many articles online and videos, YouTube experts and TED Talks, I was really diving into what was going on in dating and the process of falling in love. And I discovered that there were 3 things that were sort of constant along every love story. Every love story has these 3 things in them. And so this is a formula. This means that there are 3 things that you need to have in a relationship, but it doesn't mean that you need to do XYZ in order to make something happen. It just means that you need these 3 ingredients to be present in the connection in order to really get the most out of a connection, to really have a connection that can last, that's going to go the miles, the distance. So what are those 3 ingredients? That's the big question that I'm sure you're wondering. The first one is attraction. You need to have some kind of attraction to the person. So people assume this is about physical looks, and I tell you it is not. It is very much about the energy that you are putting out there and the energy that you put into yourself. So what I was shocked to discover was that when I started practicing feminine energy, people found me more attractive. And I also heard from people more often things like, "You're beautiful," or "Wow, you look amazing today." It was literally a shift in myself that allowed those kinds of experiences and perceptions in other people to come forward. So I didn't actually change my looks. I did not have to change my appearance or how I I did not get any plastic surgery. I did not change my makeup. It was really about an energetic shift that allowed people to perceive me as more attractive. And this sounds kind of unbelievable, I think, before you've experienced it, but I promise you it is very possible to achieve, and I believe it's possible to achieve for anyone to get into a high attractive state of being. The second ingredient is sexual tension. And this is what sometimes referred to as the chemistry, the sexual chemistry. It's the sexy energy of a connection. So you need to have attraction, which is like, oh, there's something intriguing about you. And then you need to have the sexual connection. And that is that the person feels that there would be some interest in being with you physically. And you feel that. This is also important. You feel that about the other person. You feel that there would be something intriguing sexually about being with that person physically. So the way that I teach creating sexual tension usually is flirting, because what it's about is the suggestion or the emotion of sex. It's not about having it or not having it. It's not about playing games and, kind of control stuff. It's not about playing control games about who's sleeping with who when. It's all about creating the suggestion and the emotion of sexual energy in between the 2 of you. And then the last thing that you need is the emotional connection. And this is the thing that this is the part of the formula that determines whether you can stay together, whether you are going to get a committed relationship or whether you're going to have one of those wishy-washy, back and forth, hot, cold kind of connections. If you don't have very solid emotional connection, which is this space of emotional intimacy where you feel comfortable, this is a key word, comfortable being truthful honest and open with this other person, and they feel the same about you. So you want to be creating a space between you where there's room for emotional intimacy, which is the space of allowing you to speak your truth and then they speak their truth back to you. Without that, you are not going to get deep. You're not going to get a committed relationship. You're not going to get deep enough to have a relationship that really can hold together when someone gets busy, when someone is still dealing with some emotions from their past or having issues with their children. You're going to not be a priority in that space, because when people are too emotionally busy, they're too emotionally overwhelmed, you will not be in the space to be drawn in along with them. You're not going to be able to keep up with their life, essentially. And they won't keep up with yours either. You will find yourself losing interest in someone or feeling like you're unable to communicate with them effectively. It messes with everything. You can't hold together long term without deep emotional connection in a romantic relationship. So what you need is attraction, sexual tension, which is the chemistry, the sexual chemistry, and emotional connection, which we could call the emotional chemistry. And if you don't have all three of those, the relationship will be off balance. It will be great maybe, but there will be something missing. You'll have the feeling that there's something missing, or you won't get to that commitment. And if dating for commitment is your goal, then you need all of those. You can't do without one or the other. If this was helpful, like and subscribe, follow for more, and I hope to see you in the next video.